Hello, and welcome to the Raw Truths page. And I am your host, Swarthy Communique, and I am here to break down why the Moorish nationality is extremely important and why people need to understand why being nationalized is something that they must do. It's not an option. I mean, it is an option. You could stay a slave, but I'm going to explain to you why you might want to get nationalized. So I'm going to share my screen of an article that I found. Okay, and here it reads Supreme Court options about birthright citizenship and the 14th Amendment. Okay, and here, as you can see, I'm going to read this. It says, the Supreme Court has never officially ruled on the interpretation of the first clause of the 14th Amendment, which states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and other states wherein they reside. The interpretation of the section subject to the jurisdiction thereof is what leads to the birthright citizenship debate for illegal aliens. However, Supreme Court justices have written about the 14th Amendment in several Supreme Court opinions, explaining their interpretation of the law and their votes. Here is a collective of Supreme Court opinions on birthright citizenship during the first decades after the 13th through the 15th Amendments were adopted. These opinions suggest that the amendments applied primarily to freed slaves. And we're going to read one here. Quote, no one can fail to be impressed with one's pervading purpose found in the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, lying at the foundation of each and without which none of them would have been even suggested. We mean the freedom of the slave race, the security and firm establishment of that freedom, and the protections of the newly made freemen and citizens from the oppression of those who had formerly exercised unlimited dominion over him. That is one quote. So let's read another quote. The 14th Amendment was primarily designed to give freedoms to persons of African race, prevent their future enslavement, make them citizens, prevent discriminating state legislation against their rights as freedmen, and secure them to the ballot. That was another quote. Another quote. 14th Amendment was framed and adopted to assure the colored race the enjoyment of all civil rights that under the law are enjoyed by white persons, and to give that race the protection of general government in that enjoyment whenever it should be denied by the states. That is another quote. I'm going to read another one. The right secured to the colored man under the 14th Amendment and the civil rights laws is that he should not be discriminated against solely on the account of his race or color. And we're going to read another one. The main object of opening sentence of the 14th Amendment was to put it beyond doubt that all persons, white or black, and whether formerly slaves or not born or naturalized in the United States and owing no allegiance to any alien power should be citizens of the United States. The evident meaning of the words and subjects to jurisdiction thereof is not merely subject in some respect or degree to the jurisdiction of the United States, but completely subject to their political jurisdiction and owing them direct and immediate allegiance. Persons not thus subject to the jurisdiction of the United States at the time of birth cannot become so afterwards, except by being naturalized. So they're basically letting you know that even if you're born in the United States, you're not really a US citizen until you are naturalized. Okay? Black people, so-called Black people, were never nationalized. But looking up here, I'm not going to read them all, but I just read you some of them. Originally, when this 14th, 13th through the 14th Amendment first came out, it was originally applied to the freed Black race, okay, or the so-called free slaves, okay. And the reason why I'm saying that it would behoove you to pick your nationality, um, especially as Moorish, is because it takes you up out of the jurisdiction of the U.S. corporation. Because right now, by us claiming so to be Black people, we're still under that slave status, under their corporate status, okay, under the 14th Amendment. So originally it was made for us, and we were never nationalized. I don't know if any of your grandparents or anybody went down and got nationalized. So we are actually considered, birthright citizens. And when Trump was talking about taking away the birthright citizenship, that would have made us technically stateless, which we are already in that state. That's why we're treated the way that we're treated, because we're not in the proper status. Okay. And there's some more quotes here in this article. It's on here. It's numbersusa.com news. Just type it in. And you can find out. I might leave the link in the description box so you could click on it for yourself and read it. But I'm going to also go here really quick. Let me bring up a new tab. 1 second. And I'm going to pull up Noble Drew Ali's document, A Divine Warning for the Nations, and I'm going to tell you why it is so important to go ahead and get yourself nationalized. Okay, and I'm going to read this by the divine prophet right here. It says, a divine warning by the prophet for the nations. It says, the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family, bearing one free national name. Those who fail to recognize the free national names of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses. Lost my spot real quick. Hold on, let me find it again. I'm sorry. Abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and cling to the names and the principles that delude to slavery. So let me stop there, because if you look here, right here is telling you these are names of the Negro, Black, and colored was names that they gave us. Okay, African race, colored race, Negro race, Black race. Like, this is words that the European put upon us after slavery. We didn't have our nationality when we came out of slavery. Okay, so let's continue on here. Okay, a free national and constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is a sin, okay, like I said, to cling on to names that deludes to slavery. Okay, he says, I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers' divine and national principles, that they will be law abiders and receive their divine right as citizens according to the free national constitution. Okay, that was prepared for all free national beings. They are to claim their own free national name and religion. There is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the earth, and it comes only through the connections of the Moorish divine national movement. Okay, so what Prophet Noble Drew Ali did, he basically came and brought us that other piece that we needed to go ahead and get out from that 3/5 of a man. Okay, he brought us the creed, the nationality, and the religion, because we were considered 3/5 because we didn't have nationality or religion. But now that, and remember, Christianity was put upon us by the oppressor. The oppressor did that to us. So we already had our own thing we were doing. So this is what Prophet Noble Drew Ali did. He came and brought the keys back to connect us back into the governmental fold so that we're treated like human beings and not like animals in the street. So I'll read on, which is incorporated. It says it in here, which is incorporated in this government. So we're already established. They already know us and recognized by all other nations of the world. We're already noticed all around the world. All we got to do is claim our free national name. We're already noticed around the world. We have to step into our positions. But a lot of people are fighting against this, and those, I'm sorry, that are fighting against it and won't accept the truth will perish. And though it, okay, and I'm going to continue on reading. And through it, they and their children can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens, that they can cast a free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution of the state's government and not under a granted privilege, as has been the existing condition for many generations. So by claiming your nationality, you will get your full rights, your divine rights, unmolested by all these foreigners coming over here. We will be first. For once, we will be first. Okay? With the voting stuff that we go through, where they're always accusing us of cheating at the ballots, we won't have to go through that anymore because we're out of your jurisdiction and we're voting on the sake of our nation. We're putting people in office for our nation. Okay? So this is why it's important and why you can't be listening to people on TikTok and all these things telling you things. They don't know anything. They're just running their lips and not showing you evidence and proof of what's going on. If you want real solution, this is real solution. And I'm not doing it. I'm not getting paid by nobody greasing my pockets. I am telling you this from just researching and looking at the way of the world and how everything is running. This is the way. This is the way, the truth, and the light. But I digress. I'm going to go ahead and read on. You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city hall and among the officials in your government and ask them under an intelligent tone, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply. For they are glad to see me bring you out of darkness into the light. And what he means by that is that so-called Black people acting up. We be acting the hell up. I'm sorry. A lot of our people acting like animals. Not all, but a lot of our people didn't really turn just evil. And I know it's been like that since the beginning of time. And our people ain't innocent. We all guilty. But it's remedy for the situation that we're in. And if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, this will register with your heart and get you to thinking for yourself, because this is the way. You know, I encourage everybody to study, read it for yourself. This is the way, though. I'll tell you in advance, sure, and I'm on it. All right. Money doesn't make the man. It is the free national standards and power that makes a man and a nation. The wealth of all national governments, gold and silver and commerce, belongs to the citizens. Okay, alone. And without your national citizenship by name and principles, you have no true wealth. That's why all these things is coming into place. I don't fear nothing because I know me being a Moorish American, we're the wealthiest people on the planet. we are the wealthiest people on the planet. I am not worried about resources. We got that. Okay. And I hereby am calling on all true citizens that stand for a national free government, and the enforcement of the Constitution to help me in my great missionary work, because I need all support from all true American citizens of the United States of America. Remember that 1828 Webster's Dictionary, copper colored people, American, we're the true Americans, okay? Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of government. I am depending on your support to get them back to the constitutional fold again, that they will learn to love instead of hate, because a lot of our people be hating. We need to get back to that love we had. Take it all the way back in the day. They used to love each other. Our people used to love each other. I used to love just the love my people have for each other. We had a bond, whether we broke, going through the struggle. We loved each other. It didn't matter. We loved each other. And I want to see that again. I want to see that come back. I want the love to come back. I don't know about y'all, but I want the love to come back. We need that. I miss the good times of just back. We be going through struggling, but still smiling and laughing. This time we ain't gotta struggle. We just gotta get our nationality, y'all. All right. But it says it right here. And they will learn to live accordingly to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. A lot of people say, oh, no, we can survive. All you have to do is love. Then the truth come, then peace come, then freedom come, then justice come. Love is the number one factor. And a lot of y'all don't know how to love. Y'all rather hate instead of love. And that's why y'all drawing all that energy to you. But anyway, supporting our free national constitution of the United States of America, pretty much. So we got to live our will according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and basically supporting our free national constitution of the United States of America. I'll take it up. I love my people and I desire their unity and mind back to their own national and divine standards because day by day they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. If Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens alike. So this is what's being said. Everybody else comes here and claim their nationality, so you're no exception. So this is why you need to find out about your Moorish ancestry so that you will be able to stand on your square and claim your nationality and get those divine rights that are granted to you by divine right, by from God, from the Most High. You understand? Allah, all law. That's right. In all other governments, when a man is born and raised there and asks for his national descent name, and if he fails to give it, he is misused, imprisoned, or exiled. And look at where a lot of our brothers are at because they're Black. Okay. Anyway, any group of people that fail to answer up to the constitutional standards of law by name and principles, because to be a citizen of any government, you must claim your national descent name because they place their trust upon issues and names formed by their forefathers. So, because our forefathers are known to have ruled the world, where do you think that will put us at if we're claiming descent to these ancestors? Come on, think, people, think. Think. The word Negro alludes in the Latin language to the word Niger, the same as the word color. And you see, I'm going to take you back to remind you because I know y'all memory short. But look at that, colored, to assure the colored race enjoyment of all civil rights that under the law are enjoyed by white persons. White is a status. White means God of the land. You all calling these people white people, and they are not rulers of our land. This is our land. We're the white people. Let's keep it 100. Everything is reversed. We're the white people. Anyway, the same as the word color alludes to anything that is painted, varnished, or dyed. And every nation must bear a national descent name of their forefathers, because honoring thy fathers and thy mothers, your days will be lengthened upon the earth. These names have never been recognized by any true American citizen of this day. That's why it says in that law where you some about the some about the white man is bound to respect. I'm gonna pull that definition up, and I forgot where I seen it at, but I know what I'm talking about. It was saying something. I think it was the Dred Scott case. I'm not sure, but it was saying that it basically the white man basically don't have to respect the people that came over and naturalized are white because they claim their nationality, but a lot of them are calling themselves white, erasing their nationality, so they're actually destroying themselves. But anyway. Through your free national name, you are known and recognized by all nations of the earth and are recognized by said national governments in which they live. The 14th and 15th Amendments brought the North and South in unit, placing the Southerners who were at the time without power with the constitutional body of power. And at that time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was in force since 1774 declared all men equal and free. And if all men are declared by free national constitution to be free and equal, um, since that constitution has never been changed, there is no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendment for the salvation of our people and citizens. So that lets you know in that sentence right there. He said in that sentence right there, if we are under this constitution, there's no need for these amendments because we will be under the first constitution. But because we have no nationality, they didn't put us under this constitution in 1865. They put us under in 1774. They put us under a new constitution where they, not a new one, the same constitution, but ratified it or amended the constitution, added to. Okay, they had to add us to when it was no need. All we had to do was claim nationality, and we would have been put in this constitution, the first republic constitution. So let's go on up and finish reading this. So there isn't but one supreme issue for my people to use to redeem that which was lost, and that is through the above statements. Then the lion and the lamb can lie down together in the yonder hills, and neither will be harmed, because of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice will be reigning in this land. In those days, the United States will be one of the most greatest civilized and prosperous governments of the world. But if the above principles are not carried out by the citizens and my people in this government, the worst is yet to come. And you see them floods, you see how everything's happening, everything's changing in the world. You see what's going on, the earthquakes, the floods, the fires. Oh, Mother Nature ain't playing. Allah ain't playing with us. Seriously. Because the great God of the universe is not pleased with the works that are being performed in North America by my people. And this great sin must be removed from the land to save it from enormous earthquakes. You see what's going on, diseases, etc. And I, the prophet, do hereby believe that this administration of government, being more wisely prepared by more genius citizens that believe in their free national constitution and laws, and through the help of such classes of citizens, I, the prophet, truly believe that my people will find the true and divine way of their forefathers and learn to stop serving carnal customs and merely ideas of man that have never done anything, that have never done them any good, but have always caused them harm. And this sentence right here, or this paragraph right here, I believe him to say basically, we need to, he believes that our people could run this better. We could do it better. You see now, and I'm gonna use an example, Obama. Okay, yeah, the gay laws, all that stuff is passed. Yeah, okay, we could get on that part. But I'm talking about as far as him never having a scandal really on him like that, except from what the Europeans would try to throw on him. But I'm just saying, as far as the way he conducted himself in office and in the public's eye, that was a good example to see. I think that was probably done by example, just to show us what it could be like. And it is what it is. But anyway, so I, the prophet, am hereby calling aloud with a divine plea to all true American citizens to help me remove this great sin which has been committed and is being practiced by my people in the United States of America, because they know it's not the true and divine way. And without understanding, they have fallen from the true light into utter darkness of sin. And there is not a nation on earth today that will recognize them socially, religiously, politically, or economically, etc. So all the reparations y'all begging for ain't coming. They don't care. They don't recognize black people. Now, if you claim your nationality, your Moorish nationality, you might be able to turn some mirrors because they owe us wazoople pay for all the stuff they did. But first, we have to come together as a nation, people. In their present condition of their endeavorment, in which they themselves try to force upon a civilized world, they will not refrain from their simple ways of action, and their deeds have brought Jim Crowism, segregation, and everything that brings harm to human beings on earth. And they fought the Southerner for these great misuses. But I have traveled in the South and have examined conditions there, and it is the works of my people continuously practicing the things which bring dishonor, disgrace, and disrespect to any nation that lives the life. And I am hereby calling on all true American citizens for moral support and finance to help me in my great missionary work to bring my people out of darkness into marvelous light from the prophet. Okay, so he let you know in this little letter, this warning, a divine warning to the nations, that we need to get our together. Claiming your nationality name or claiming your nationality will take you out of this status. And people yell about, oh, we Indian. I'll tell you something about Indians too. I was looking up Indian Citizenship Act of 1924. They also amended y'all pretty much into the U.S. citizenship status by birthright. By birthright. But if we look at the 14th Amendment, it tells you right here. Hold on. Where's the 14th Amendment? All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the states in which they reside. So that's letting you know that the Indian is still tied into the 14th Amendment. So I wouldn't claim Indian. I would never claim that. Because if I claim that, then that's just going to put me right back into the fold that I was trying to get out of. And that don't make no dang on sense. We were the Indians, but we're using another name now. It's a new name now. We're not using Indian because Indian has been tainted. Indian has been tainted. The United States has jurisdiction over the Indians and Native Americans. They can do whatever they want. They could take away laws or whatever. You see what they're doing? Their treaties are already expired. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship is still going on to this day. In 2022, it's still valid. It's common sense, guys. It's common sense. Really, it is. American Indians in the Constitution. Indians are mentioned only 3 times in the Constitution. The Supreme Court has rulership over the status of the Indians. They're making the decisions for you, not your nation, but them. They say what happens to you. Declaring your Moorish nationality, our government, the MSTFA, that the prophet set up for us to be under, to go through the government of the nation state. He set it up to where we basically trump all other. He set it up as a charter. And pretty much it's a government. But guess who else is a charter? The United Nations. The United Nations is also a charter. And guess what? The MSTFA is a charter. So if we running our own thing and doing our own thing, pretty much, we still respect the people on our land. We respect everybody because we operate in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Ain't no hatred, ain't no racism, ain't no mistreatments of the Europeans or the pale people. Ain't no mistreatment of them. They still part of the human race, and we still got to treat them with dignity and respect. I know it's hard to hear, and nobody want to hear that, but it is what it is. Okay, we gotta. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. Get rid of it. It ain't needed. We don't need that anymore. The world is going to be destroyed if we keep operating in this at this level. Okay, so that was just me sharing a little bit of why you should claim your Moorish nationality and why people who telling you to claim Aboriginal and Indian is going to get y'all caught up with paper terrorism. Because like I said, Indian Citizenship Act of 1924. This law stipulated that all Native Americans born in the United States were automatically citizens by birth. And guess what that means? Birthright citizenship. Guess what that means? 14th Amendment. It says it right here. We're the last main group to gain this right set forth in the 14th Amendment. You're under the 14th Amendment claiming Indian. And the 14th Amendment is the U.S. corporation. That's why you claim Moorish people. That's why you claim Moorish, so that you could get from under the bondage of this tricky situation that they set us up in. Okay? And this article is funny because it says the 14th Amendment did not include American Indians. Yes, at first it didn't, but when they took and brought the citizenship, Indian citizenship in 1924, they secretly snuck y'all into the 14th Amendment. They secretly put you there. So you are also a slave to the US corporation. And that's why I'm not claiming Indian or Aboriginal. That's why I'm claiming Moorish American, because Moorish American gives us a free national government established by Prophet Noble Jew Ali. He got everything together by Allah, the divine, just like the Most High told Noah to build an ark. Allegories and stories, some of it is real history mixed in with falsehoods. So you got real history mixed in with fables, but nothing is really not existent because the great God, the creator, Allah, can do whatever. He's infinite. He can do whatever. If you want to make flying donkeys with 10 wings and 5 heads, it can be done. You cannot limit the divine creator. If you could create it and make it into a movie and make it into a cartoon series or make it into a character, what do you think the divine can do? Come on. People need to start using their common sense when they come to this stuff. Because I see on TikTok a lot of brothers leading a lot of people astray with this stuff, and I feel bad because I mean I'm just trying to get all my information together so I'll be able to present it. But I'm gonna start doing videos and putting this stuff out and explaining to the people, hey, you might want to look at your other options because these brothers, your own people, will sell you right back into slavery. Even the Moors wearing fezzes like you will sell you back into slavery if they don't understand this information and why it was done. Okay, but that's all I'm happy to have shared that with you guys, and I will be back again with another video shortly with more information. But I just wanted to break down why it's important to claim your Moorish nationality. And with that, I say Islam, peace, shalom.